This video did not exist in your timeline until you collapsed the wave of probability by focusing your attention right here. Today, we are decoding a highly specific frequency. That sudden, unexplained high-pitched ringing in your ears. It is a direct transmission from the quantum field. By the end of this broadcast, you will understand exactly how to translate these downloads and step fully into your power as the ultimate creator of your reality. Tell me, have you ever felt that right before a major life shift, your ears started ringing out of nowhere? To understand what is happening to you, we must look at the universe not as solid matter, but as a boundless quantum field. It is a vibrating web of infinite probability waves. Nothing is real until it is observed. Observation is not a passive act of simply looking at things. Observation is an active, commanding force that forces the quantum field to materialize your thoughts into physical form. When you hear the high-pitched ringing, it is an esoteric signal. It means your personal frequency is actively interacting with a higher timeline, and the field is waiting for your command. But what if I told you that the world around you is not solid at all? Everything you can see, touch, and feel is merely a highly dense illusion, a holographic projection born from the quantum field. You have been taught to believe that reality is fixed, a stage upon which you simply play a pre-written role. This is the greatest deception of human history. In truth, the universe is a boundless ocean of vibrating frequencies and endless probabilities. Every single moment, you are interacting with this unseen matrix. Your brain is not just an organ, it is a highly advanced biological receiver, constantly tuning into different stations of existence. When you begin to awaken, your receiver starts picking up signals that it previously ignored. This is exactly where the phenomenon of the high-pitched ringing comes into play. It is a sign that your perceptual filters are dissolving. You are no longer just tuning in to the dense, three-dimensional broadcast. You are beginning to catch the subtle, high-frequency waves that govern the true architecture of the cosmos. Your consciousness is expanding its bandwidth. Let us dispel the mundane explanations right now. While there are certainly physical reasons for ear ringing, what we are discussing is that sudden, fleeting, and highly specific tone that arrives out of absolutely nowhere. It sweeps in, commands your attention for a few moments, and then vanishes just as quickly, leaving a strange sense of stillness in its wake. This is not a biological malfunction. This is a quantum interruption. Think of your reality as a computer program running on a specific operating system. The high-pitched ringing is the sound of a new code being injected directly into your system. It is a data package, a compressed file of pure light and information sent directly from the quantum field into your nervous system. Your physical ears cannot translate the data immediately, so your brain interprets the raw energetic influx as a high-pitched tone. You are literally hearing the sound of a new reality trying to integrate itself into your current state of being. It is the audio signature of your frequency shifting in real time. So, who exactly is sending this profound transmission? It is the most powerful entity in the cosmos, your own higher self. Your higher self exists outside the confines of linear time and space. It dwells in the realm of absolute quantum potential, where past, present, and future happen simultaneously. Because it has the vantage point of eternity, it knows exactly which timelines lead to your highest evolution and which ones lead to unnecessary suffering. When you are about to make a critical decision, or when you are on the verge of a major spiritual breakthrough, your higher self steps in. It transmits a condensed burst of guidance, a download of energetic blueprints meant to align you with your optimal destiny. The ringing you hear is the friction between your current, lower-density vibration and the high-frequency truth of your ultimate potential. It is a cosmic wake-up call, demanding that you pay attention to the thoughts you are holding and the emotional state you are embodying in that exact second. You are being asked to level up. The direction from which this frequency arrives holds profound significance. This is where you must become a conscious observer of your own experience. If the high-pitched ringing occurs in your left ear, it is often a message of caution or a deep internal shift. The left side is deeply connected to your intuitive, receptive, and feminine energy. A ring here usually signifies that you are absorbing energy from your environment, or that a timeline you are currently walking down requires serious reevaluation. It is your higher self saying, pause, reflect, and protect your energy. On the contrary, if the ringing manifests in your right ear, it is a powerful confirmation. The right side is tied to your external, logical, and masculine energy. A ring in the right ear is the universe applauding you. It means you are perfectly aligned with your highest path. It is a sign that a manifestation is close to physically materializing in your world. The field is literally telling you that your current thoughts and actions are collapsing the exact wave of probability you desire. This brings us to the very core of quantum mechanics, the observer effect. In quantum physics, a particle exists only as a wave of potential until it is actively observed. The moment consciousness focuses upon it, the wave collapses into a single defined reality. You are the observer of your universe. When the ringing happens, it is not just a passive event happening to you. The quantum field is actively inviting you to observe a specific thought or emotion so that you can collapse a new reality. Imagine the ringing as a spotlight turning on in a dark room, highlighting exactly what is passing through your mind at that precise moment. If you are harboring a negative, limiting belief when the tone sounds, the field is giving you a chance to observe it, detach from it, and choose a different thought. You are being given a window of profound manifestation power. What you focus on during the ringing is magnified 1,000 times over in the quantum realm. Your observation becomes the catalyst for immediate material change. You must understand that the universe speaks in the language of frequency, not human words. The quantum field is constantly flowing around you, attempting to guide you through subtle nudges, gut feelings, and intuitive flashes. But we live in a society built upon loud distractions. We are constantly looking outward, drowning our consciousness in digital noise and worldly anxieties. Because your everyday mind is so cluttered, your higher self must sometimes use a brute force method to break through the static. The high-pitched ringing is an energetic override. It is designed to be so distinct, so unusual, that it forces your brain to momentarily halt its endless chatter. For those few seconds of the tone, you stop worrying about the past and stop fearing the future. You are thrust violently and beautifully into the absolute present moment. And as we know in the study of metaphysics, the present moment is the only place where the power to create reality actually exists. The ringing creates a pure vacuum of presence, waiting for you to fill it with intention. Let us break down exactly how to decode the first major type of download, which is the cosmic course correction. Sometimes you might be engaging in a conversation, watching a piece of media, or simply lost in a train of thought that is deeply toxic to your spiritual growth. Suddenly, a sharp, almost piercing ring cuts through the air. This is not a coincidence. This is a direct intervention. Your consciousness is recognizing that you are actively collapsing a reality wave that will bring you pain or stagnation. The ringing is a quantum alarm bell. When this happens, your immediate job is to freeze. Notice exactly what you were thinking about, or what you were doing the moment the tone began. The field is revealing the hidden sabotage pattern to you. It is asking you to drop that specific frequency immediately. By becoming aware of the negative loop during the download, you strip it of its power. You look at the destructive probability wave, and by observing it with conscious awareness, you prevent it from solidifying into your physical experience. The second type of download is the ultimate quantum confirmation. Have you ever been brainstorming an idea, feeling a sudden burst of inspiration, or making a silent promise to yourself to change your life? And right at that climax of emotion, a gentle, sustained ringing fills your ear? This is the universe offering its signature of approval. In this moment, your frequency has momentarily matched the exact vibrational signature of your desired future. You have locked onto the target. The ringing is the sound of the energetic bridge being formed between your current self and the version of you that already possesses what you seek. It is a signal that your manifestation is rushing toward you at light speed. When you receive this type of download, the most powerful thing you can do is smile and feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. By feeling thankful while the ringing occurs, you cement the new timeline into place. You are telling the quantum field, "I accept this reality. Bring it forth." The third, and perhaps most profound type of download, is an energetic upgrade to your physical and spiritual vessel. As the collective consciousness of humanity rises, the planetary frequency is accelerating. To hold this new, intense light, your physical body and your energetic blueprint must be upgraded. Often, a high-pitched ringing, especially one that seems to resonate not just in the ear, but within the center of your head, is the sensation of your dormant DNA strands being activated. You are receiving complex light codes that are literally rewiring your nervous system to handle higher states of consciousness. During these intense upgrades, you might feel a slight pressure in your forehead or a wave of warmth rushing down your spine. Do not resist this process. Your body is mutating from a dense, carbon-based structure into a crystalline vessel of pure quantum potential. You are being prepared to hold more light, more intelligence, and more creator power than ever before. You are shedding the old human paradigm and stepping into a multidimensional state of being. Now, here is the secret that the ancient mystics knew and that modern quantum physics is just beginning to prove. The exact duration of the ringing is a hyperdimensional window of creation. Because the tone snaps you into the eternal now, any thought you hold during those few seconds carries immense gravitational weight in the quantum field. Most people, when they hear the ringing, become annoyed or confused. They focus on the discomfort, and therefore they miss the window entirely. But you are now a conscious architect. The next time the tone arrives, I want you to immediately stop whatever you are doing. Take a deep, deliberate breath and hold a single, clear image of the reality you wish to experience. Whether it is perfect health, financial abundance, or deep love, visualize it with crystal clarity while the sound persists. You are taking the raw data package from your higher self and instantly programming it with your desires. You are using the observer effect at the peak of your energetic capacity. You are collapsing the wave. However, holding the thought alone is only half of the equation. The quantum field does not respond simply to what you think. It responds to what you deeply feel. Emotion is the magnetic force that pulls the collapsed probability into your physical three-dimensional experience. Thought sends the signal out, but emotion draws the event back to you. When you hear the high-pitched download, you must flood your body with elevated emotions. Generate the feeling of absolute certainty, joy, and profound relief. Pretend that the ringing is a celebratory trumpet announcing the arrival of your manifestation. If you can marry a clear intention with an elevated emotion while the frequency is singing in your ear, you create a biological and quantum state of coherence. Your heart and brain synchronize. In this state of coherence, you become a literal magnet for miracles. The universe has no choice but to rearrange the external environment to match the powerful internal environment you have just created. This is the ultimate alchemy of the human soul. The physical act of pausing is crucial to mastering this process. We are conditioned to rush through life, constantly moving to the next task. But the quantum field requires stillness to work its magic. When the download initiates, treat it as a sacred pause. Close your eyes. Soften the muscles in your face and jaw. Allow the frequency to wash over your brain like a wave of pure, golden liquid. Do not try to fight it or analyze it with your logical mind. The logical mind operates in the past and the future. It cannot comprehend the multidimensional nature of this signal. Instead, sink deeply into your body. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the air moving in and out of your lungs. By anchoring your physical body in the present moment while your consciousness receives the high-frequency data, you create a grounding rod. You are pulling heaven down to earth. You are taking the ethereal concepts of your higher self and planting them firmly into the material world. This grounded stillness is the soil where your new reality will take root and grow. After the ringing fades, the phenomenon does not actually end. The download has been planted, but it must now unpack itself into your reality. This unpacking process happens through the language of synchronicity. Synchronicities are not random coincidences. They are the echo of the quantum download bouncing off the walls of your physical reality. They are proof that the field heard your observation and is reorganizing itself accordingly. In the hours and days following a distinct ringing episode, you must become a hyper-vigilant observer of your environment. You will start noticing repeating numbers like 1111 or 333. You will overhear strangers on the street discussing the exact topic you were thinking about. You will stumble upon books, videos, or opportunities that align perfectly with the intention you set during the tone. These synchronicities are breadcrumbs left by your higher self, guiding you toward the collapsed wave of your new timeline. Follow them with absolute trust, for they are the physical manifestation of the energetic code you received. Consider the deeply profound experiences so many individuals report after consciously working with these downloads. You might be struggling with a complex problem at work or in a relationship, feeling completely stuck. Then, the ringing happens. You pause, you breathe, and you ask for clarity. 2 hours later, you are standing in the shower or driving your car, and suddenly, a massive epiphany strikes you like lightning. The entire solution downloads into your conscious mind perfectly formed. Or perhaps you set an intention for connection during the tone, and the very next day, you bump into an old friend who has the exact resources you need to launch your new project. These are not lucky accidents. This is the mechanical, predictable result of interacting with the quantum field. When you decoded the ringing and observed the reality you wanted, you fundamentally altered the trajectory of the particles around you. You commanded the universe to deliver a specific outcome, and because the universe is an extension of your own mind, it joyfully complied. To truly grasp the magnitude of this process, we must look at the quantum concept of entanglement. In quantum mechanics, once two particles are entangled, they remain intimately connected regardless of the distance between them. If you alter the state of one, the other changes instantly, faster than the speed of light. Now, apply this to your own existence. You are energetically entangled with every possible future version of yourself. There is a version of you residing in the quantum field right now who has already achieved all your wildest dreams. That future version of you is constantly radiating a specific, high-level frequency. When you hear that high-pitched ringing, it is often a moment of pure entanglement. Your current self is temporarily syncing up with the frequency of your successful future self. The data you are downloading is their lived experience, their wisdom, and their emotional state. By tuning into the ring and feeling the joy of the wish fulfilled, you are pulling that future reality into your present moment. You are collapsing time itself. To maximize these moments, you must develop a conscious protocol for receiving the data. Think of it like tuning a highly sensitive radio. The next time the transmission begins, silently state to the universe, "I am open and ready to receive." Ask a direct question in your mind. What is the message here? Or, what frequency must I hold right now? Do not force an answer. Simply let the question hang in the empty space created by the tone. Often, the answer will not come in words, but in a sudden flash of imagery, a deep knowing in your gut, or a subtle change in your emotional state. You might suddenly feel a profound sense of peace, or a sudden urge to take a specific action. That intuitive flash is the decoded file. It is vital that you trust the very first impression you get before the logical mind jumps in to doubt and dissect it. The quantum field communicates through the heart's intelligence, which processes information millions of times faster than the analytical brain. Trust your immediate knowing. A critical part of successfully decoding these downloads is completely eliminating fear and resistance. Many people, when confronted with the strange and unexplained, default to anxiety. They worry that something is wrong with their bodies or that they are losing their grip on reality. But remember the observer effect. If you observe the ringing through the lens of fear, you will collapse a reality of stress and confusion. You will block the light codes from integrating into your system. You must reframe your perspective entirely. See this phenomenon as a cosmic privilege. You are shedding the dense programming of a sleepwalking society and stepping into the elite ranks of conscious creators. Embrace the unknown. When the sound arrives, welcome it like an old friend. Smile at it. Let it know that you are a willing participant in your own evolution. When you drop your resistance and surrender to the high frequency, the data package opens smoothly, and the upgrades to your consciousness are integrated without friction or physical discomfort. As you become more adept at working with these sudden downloads, your ultimate goal is to raise your everyday baseline vibration so that it permanently matches the high-frequency tone. The ringing is a temporary visitor, meant to show you what is possible. It is a glimpse of the mountaintop. But you must do the daily work to hike up that mountain. This means auditing your life. You cannot receive quantum downloads of divine abundance if you spend your days consuming toxic media, engaging in low-vibration gossip, or eating food that deadens your physical vessel. You must treat your body and mind like a sacred temple. Meditate daily to clear the static from your receiver. Spend time in nature to ground the high-frequency energies into the earth. Practice relentless gratitude to keep your heart in a state of coherence. As you purify your daily habits, your natural frequency will rise. Eventually, you will not just hear the high-pitched ringing occasionally. You will exist constantly within that expanded state of awareness. This is the grand transition you are currently undergoing. You are moving from being a passive victim of circumstance to becoming the active architect of your reality. For your entire life, you believed that things happened to you. You thought the external world was a solid, unchangeable force that you had to survive. The ringing is the ultimate proof that this is a lie. The external world is highly malleable, completely fluid, and deeply responsive to your internal state. You are not a tiny speck in a random universe. You are the universe, expressing itself as a human being for a brief moment in eternity. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every intention you set sends ripples across the quantum field, collapsing infinite possibilities into the single reality you experience today. The downloads from your higher self are the tools you use to build your masterpiece. You are learning to wield the brush of consciousness on the canvas of space and time. You are stepping into true mastery. So, the next time that sudden, high-pitched frequency cuts through the noise of your daily life, do not ignore it. Do not brush it off as a meaningless biological quirk. Stop. Breathe. Observe. Remember who and what you truly are. You are a vast, multidimensional being, capable of pulling miracles out of the unseen ether. You are receiving a direct transmission of love, guidance, and immense power from the highest version of yourself. The quantum field is reaching out, offering you the keys to the kingdom. Accept the download. Hold the vision of your grandest life. Infuse it with the emotion of absolute certainty and watch as the physical world bends and folds to match your command. The universe is whispering its greatest secrets directly into your ear. All you have to do is listen, decode, and believe. The power to create worlds has always resided entirely within you, waiting for this exact moment of awakening. You are not just living in reality, you are reality itself, observing and creating its own existence in real time. You now know that the high-pitched ringing is a sacred tool, a quantum download designed to help you collapse the wave of potential into your ideal life through conscious observation. Thank you for tuning into this transmission. If you are ready to claim your power, subscribe to the channel and leave a like to align your frequency with this community. To seal this new reality, write in the comments, "I am the observer, and I command my quantum reality." Before you go, tell me, what specific signs or synchronicities have you noticed right after hearing the ringing? Share your quantum experiences below.